Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Hannah and on this channel I post a lot of anti-MLM content. I'll link a playlist right here and down below. That's my big anti-MLM playlist. There's over 80 videos on it at this time, and I add new videos every single week. So if any of that kind of content does sound interesting to you, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, consider liking this video, consider leaving me a comment if you wish. All of those things really do help to support my channel, and I appreciate you so much for doing that. As you may have already seen from the title and thumbnail of this video, we're doing something a little different today. Over the last few months, I have collected and compiled some of the best mean comments that I've gotten on my videos. I initially saw Chelsea Suarez posting these reading mean comments videos. This is a long time ago before I ever started my own videos. And I personally found those videos so entertaining. And as somebody who had a YouTube channel at that point but didn't have a very large following, I was really appreciative that there were other creators out there making these types of videos, showing the crazy comments they get, and also kind of making light of that negative situation and talking openly about how those comments make them feel and giving strategies for kind of how they deal with these negative comments. I found that unbelievably fascinating from both just a viewer standpoint and a creator standpoint. And I knew that as soon as I started making more anti-MLM videos and my channel started gaining more traction, I would be getting more, we'll just call them passionate comments. And so I've always kind of had the idea in the back of my mind, I want to do that too. But before I start showing you comments, I want to make it extremely clear what my purpose is for this video. My purpose is absolutely not to put these commenters on blast, first and foremost. My purpose is not to create a negative energy on my channel or anything like that. And my purpose is not to gain sympathy. There will be some instances where I tell you what videos these comments were left on, if it's relevant to the comment, if it gives some context as to what they're talking about. But that is not me extending you an invitation to go to those videos and to hunt down these people and to leave your own nasty comment to them. Please, I am begging you, do not engage. I do not condone hateful comments or harassment on my channel. With all of those disclaimers aside, my purpose is rather to create a really entertaining video and to show you the insane things that people will say behind the comfort of their screen. I want to show you the comments, I want to talk about them, I want to have a good laugh. But more importantly, like I kind of already mentioned, I also want to pull back the curtain and show you what people apparently think is acceptable to be saying to other human beings through the internet. My attitude towards mean or hateful or negative comments or whatever you want to call them, my attitude towards them has changed a lot over time. They used to really bother me. They used to make me very upset and ruin my entire day kind of thing. But now, sitting here today, I can honestly tell you that I've learned a lot of lessons and I've learned how to brush it off and not let it affect me. There's a lot of teachable moments throughout this video, and I really want to highlight those and let them kind of outshine the negative nature of these comments. I always say that I try my best to put education and compassion at the forefront, and this video is going to be no different. So for this video, I have chosen, I think 20 to 25-ish comment exchanges that I have collected over the past few months. Every time I get a nasty comment, I just screenshot it. I add it to a folder, and I'm saving that folder for this moment. So without further ado, let's see what people have to say to me. Derek says, "You are reaching so hard. I'm not a market partner, but have bought the products for years and have supported countless women doing so. You are only hurting women's businesses with this over-exaggerated nonsense." And with a lot of these comments, I do reply, and so I will show you the exchange that follows. But I wanted to show you this comment first and foremost because this is the overall tone that most of the mean comments I get have. And I don't know if mean is even the right word. I'm just using that term generally. But whenever I get comments like this, every single time, without fail, as you'll see throughout the rest of this video, I just reply asking people to provide specific examples of where I'm reaching or where I'm not telling the truth or where I'm wrong. So I said back to him, "At which points in the video am I reaching? Specifics, please." He says back, "Your whole brand is a reach, my love. Video after video. Is that specific enough for ya?" No, it's not specific enough. But that's exactly the response I was expecting. Whenever I get comments like, "You're wrong, you're lying, you're reaching," I always ask people to provide specific examples of what I am, quote, wrong, lying, or reaching about. People aren't ever able to give me specifics. Interesting. And he never replied after that. I don't know if he saw it, but this is the theme. It's people telling me you're wrong, and I say, what am I wrong about? And they have no answer. Very infrequently are people able to back up their claim. And I'm not saying that to toot my own horn or anything, but I think it's important to recognize that because I'm noticing this trend that when people are leaving angry comments on my videos and about the content that I'm creating, they can never point out specifics about what they're mad about because they're just mad that the video even exists. They're not listening to what I'm saying. They're not taking any of that into consideration. They're not able to disprove or debunk anything that I'm saying. They're just angry. They're just like, this shouldn't exist. This is hurting women. This is not supporting women. They're just mad that the video is even on YouTube. And that's exactly why I've learned not to take it personally, because it's not about me. I always just have to tell myself, if people are getting that defensive about it, it must be because I'm saying something right. Kelly says, dude, if you were a good person, you would spend your time to really help others, as opposed to bad-mouthing others. Damn, girl. You need to check yourself and go volunteer in a place a need. To learn, to actually be useful, chica. Good luck to you, chica. And I was like, dang, like, what did I say? Like, what was the moment that, like, sparked this comment for you? And I'm not trying to convince her of anything. She's clearly not open to receiving anything I have to say. And all I said back was, thanks for your input, Kelly. Would you be willing to let me know what things I stated about Monate that were incorrect? This was a comment on my Monate deep dive. Someone is very clearly upset about that. And not surprisingly, she never came back to tell me what I said that was so wrong. This next comment was on MLM Horror Stories number 12, where I talk about Epicure. Epicure is like a foodware MLM, and they also sell seasonings. They're most known for their no sodium seasoning, and so I made some comment about like, what's a seasoning if there's no salt or whatever? And that comes up in her comment, which is why I bring it up. So Kimberly says, so basically you are envisioning, which by the way is not a word, spelled with an E, not an I. So you're giving your opinion as fact when you haven't even tried the products you bash. Read flag. And you are literally reading someone else's opinion, not actual fact from the company that makes the products. As far as low sodium or sugar goes, just because you don't have issues with certain ingredients doesn't mean there isn't an entire population with low sodium and sugar needs. Would you advertise someone with diabetes just go ahead and not cut out sugar because it will change the flavor of their end result? Maybe do your own research instead of creating content based on someone else's story. P.S. Anyone that works 9 to 5 is also in an MLM. No one takes money from anyone in their company, just like no boss at a 9 to 5 job takes money from their employees. But you do get paid on your own efforts and management level, just like a 9 to 5. Owners make more than managers make more than employees, etc. And what category does hawking companies and offering your links below to profit from fall into? When I come across comments of this nature, where they're clearly very heated, very worked up, obviously I'm not going to get through to them in one way or another. I just comment back, thank you for sharing your thoughts. That's all I do. And they oftentimes never reply back. She never replied back to that. And that's just my way of kind of diffusing the situation and being like, look, you're obviously very heated right now. That's fine. You can feel the way you feel. That doesn't change my opinion. That doesn't change the content of my video. And sorry, but I'm not going to stop making horror story videos. I'm not going to just stop sharing other people's stories because you don't like to hear it. And quite frankly, it's not worth my time to go through and address everything she said point by point and make this like masterfully crafted comment, because she's not going to read it. She's not going to care. But for the purpose of this video, I do want to address the misinformation that she's saying right here, that 9 to 5 corporate jobs are the same thing as an MLM, which is not true. I don't even know how many times I've explained this on my channel. The abridged version is that in a 9 to 5, yes, it's shaped like a pyramid, totally. The bulk of the employees are down here, then there's management, then there's the C-suite. However, your position within that corporate pyramid relies on your education, your experience, your expertise, and the amount of risk that you incur within the company. Absolutely, the 18-year-old who works as a cashier at Target is not going to make as much as the CEO. They don't have the experience. They don't have the qualifications. They don't incur that much risk within the company. And the only way that you move up in that corporate pyramid is you prove yourself in a way. You earn your right to be there, and then you get a pay raise. And I'm not saying that all corporate pyramids are perfect. There are absolutely some corrupt examples out there. But the most important thing to remember is that in a corporate pyramid, everyone gets paid. No matter what level you are at, you are being paid accordingly. You don't go to Target as a cashier, work for 8 hours, and walk out making nothing. On the other hand, if you join an MLM, you can spend 8 hours cold messaging, you can spend 8 hours on Zoom calls, you can spend 8 hours crafting Instagram posts, and you can walk away with nothing. In an MLM pyramid, your position within the pyramid has to do strictly with recruiting people. The more people you put under you, the higher you boost yourself. It has absolutely nothing to do with education, experience, or expertise. It has to do with timing and your ability to recruit lots of people. The CEO of Target is not the CEO of Target because they recruited the most cashiers. It is ignorant to say that MLM pyramids are the same thing as corporate pyramids just because they have the same shape. Jackie says, you should should be ashamed of yourself. You're so manipulative with your lies and half-truths. Lies, lies, and more lies. So in classic Hannah fashion, I respond, please tell me what I said that was a lie or a half-truth. My sources are cited in the description box if you would like to see where I got my information from. I recognize that the information presented in this video doesn't make Arbonne look very good. It was on my Arbonne deep dive. But everything I said came from the company's own documents, and if that's upsetting to you, that's something you may want to consider taking up with your company. And I feel like that comment was very straightforward. She didn't respond. She didn't have anything to say to that. Because especially on my deep dives, I get the most angry comments on my deep dives because people take it really personally. It makes sense. But when people are like, you're lying, I'm like, I got this information from your company's website. I'm not just pulling this out of thin air, making stuff up. It's pretty much like a don't shoot the messenger situation, right? Like if you have an issue with this information, that's something you need to go figure out. But of course, the easiest person to take it out on is me. So that's what people do. Also on my Arbonne deep dive, Trinity says, okay, so when you recruit in Arbonne, you don't get money from your downline. You get money from the customers. You get not from your downline at all. I know because I was in Arbonne and I never made money on my downline on what they were purchasing. Just my customers, I was making $5 each purchase that they made. The customers, I was in Arbonne for 2 years, so I know. What you're saying is only half what's true. So again, I direct her to the sources. I said, if you open the opportunity brochure link that I have in the description box, it says in the Why Arbonne section that consultants get paid for, quote, overrides, which are commissions earned on your team's sales. So yes, you do make money off the people in your downline. And I thought that was it, okay? I thought I was like, here's the link, here's where to look, here's the quote, here's where I got my information from. But apparently that wasn't a satisfying enough response for her because she said, you are talking to a person who sells Arbonne, so you're wrong, hun. Sorry. Are you kidding? I don't know how to make it any clearer. I don't know where to direct you any more specifically than that. So I said, I'm not wrong. Arbonne's own documents on their own website specifically say that you make money off of the sales of your downline. These documents are linked in the description box of this video if you don't believe me. It's clear that you're not fully familiar with your own company's compensation plan, and that's highly concerning. Because it is, okay? She's supposedly been in the company for 2 years and she doesn't know how the compensation plan works. That is alarming. It's almost like she's treating it like I'm presenting information that she doesn't know about, and so therefore I'm just wrong. No matter what my sources are or where I got that information, because what I'm saying is different than what she believes to be true, I must be incorrect, right? It's fascinating behavior. Oh my God, this is a good one. This is so good. Okay. Chelsea says, so basically you've just copied Cece Suarez's entire channel, LOL. I love this one because it sparked a really important conversation, and Chelsea actually saw it and like commented on it. We'll get to that in a minute. But here's what I said back. I said, I don't feel that way at all. I love Chelsea's videos, but her and I have a different style, and I think that's great. Chelsea has been very supportive of my videos since literally my very first one when she shared me on her channel page. I credit her for a lot of my quick channel growth, and I have told her that. Her channel, as well as all of my other favorite anti-MLM creators, are always linked in the description box of my videos, and I encourage everyone who watches my videos to go support them as well. I love that there's so many creators putting out anti-MLM content because everyone has their own style and delivery. As long as the education and information is being put out there, it doesn't matter which creator it comes from because we all reach slightly different audiences. If you don't want to watch my videos and you would rather watch Chelsea's, I think that's great. There's room for all of us. It's not a competition. Wishing you a very happy holiday season. And I mean all of that from the bottom of my heart. As I said in that comment, I give Chelsea a lot of credit for my channel growth in the very beginning because she took one of my videos and she shouted me out and she said, hey, I love this video, go subscribe. That is what kickstarted my entire channel. I'm not kidding. And Chelsea knows that. I have told her that. I have thanked her for that. There is exactly zero beef between me and other anti-MLM creators, okay? I have nothing but love, and all of those people know that too. And so when I got this comment, I just laughed because I was like, if you only knew how supportive this community of people is and how everybody roots each other on and is happy and excited for other people's success, like it's just so irrelevant. And somebody alerted Chelsea to this comment. I didn't tell her about it, but she found it and she came and said, I love Hannah and her content. I'm not the only commentary channel who does anti-MLM content. I may be one of the creators in this niche with the largest following, but I don't gatekeep at all. I want to help other creators, which I have done a lot behind the scenes and continue to do. Hannah is killing it and is a valuable creator in this niche of commentary. And I really appreciate Chelsea taking the time to leave that comment, because I know in my heart that that's how Chelsea feels, but I'm happy she put it out there because it kind of nipped it in the bud, and the original commenter didn't have anything to say to that. Chelsea has been nothing but kind and supportive towards me this entire time, which is kind of what makes this original comment look even more ridiculous. And on the same note, Ashley commented, "Sorry, sweetie, you're no Kiki Chanel, and try as hard as you may, you never will be. Get a real job. Wasted 20 minutes of my life I'll never get back." And I wish so badly that I could view what I replied, because I don't remember what I said, but I do know that as soon as I commented that, she deleted the original comment, so I can't go back and look at it. That's also why it's like a weird phone screenshot from my YouTube app and not the ones from my computer that I've been showing. But knowing me, I probably commented something along the lines of what I said to the other girl, which is like, this is not a thing. Nobody's copying anybody. Everyone has a space here. Nobody has been anything other than welcoming towards me. And I think once I explained that, she deleted her original comment because she realized it was crazy. And for the record, I adore Kiki Chanel, okay? Kylie, if you're watching, you're probably not. If you are, I think you're the best. I want to be best friends. Like, she is so funny, so witty, completely different approach than me. I could never be like Kylie if I tried. She doesn't post anti-MLM content anymore, but she posts vlogs, and I'm like her first viewer, okay? I think she is so hilarious. Nothing but love for Kiki Chanel. You should definitely go and subscribe to her. This one is very fascinating. This one was on my Thrive le-vel deep dive. Jessica says, "So can you explain to me how I am using these products and was able to stop smoking and started working out? My kidney doctor was the one who recommended it, and he is not sponsored." For the record, I don't buy that for a second. First of all, nobody promotes Thrive unless they are a sponsor. Second of all, if a kidney doctor really is prescribing Thrive, we've got an issue. I think someone needs to look into him. He actually said the products are very good. Have you tried the products? Or let me guess, it's all in my head? If that is the case, then I choose too delusional. For the record, I became a promoter before using them. So it's nice that you want to remain your YouTube channel putting down a company that is actually changing lives. You're another I will add to my list for motivators. I will tag you when I'm done losing the weight. It's just like you and your damn commercials. You're just talking poop to make money from the ads. Good one, sweetheart. Wow, lots going on here. My approach for this one was to diffuse and to validate. And I said, I would argue that your ability to stop smoking and start living a healthier lifestyle can be attributed to you and your own hard work and efforts, not a product. That's an incredible accomplishment that you should be giving yourself credit for. As I mentioned in the video, it's not so much about the products anyway. The biggest issue lies within the business structure and the way that most people are actively losing money while being a promoter. You can add me to your list of motivators if you want. I am rooting for you, wishing you all the best. I was actually really hoping that she would respond, because I was hoping maybe we could have a productive conversation, because oftentimes I think that people who leave like very heated comments on anti-MLM videos, they're expecting the creator to comment back, like firing shots back at them. And not gonna lie, it's very tempting. And I'm not gonna say that I'm perfect and that I haven't done that before, but I try my best to like lead with a compassionate response, because I feel like it catches those people off guard. I would bet my life that she was not expecting anyone to come back and be like, good for you, I'm proud of you, I'm wishing you all the best, I'm rooting for you. Because in an MLM rep's mind, anti-MLM people equal haters, equal negative, equal bad. So this is an approach that I'll take occasionally, where I'm just like, look, you're human, I'm rooting for you, I'm on your side, you deserve more than this. And I do think that people tend to be taken aback by that. Like, wait a minute, she was supposed to be this like nasty hater, and that's not the comment that I'm receiving. So in general, I feel like people don't really know how to respond back to that. Susie says, you would get a lot more views if your thumbnails looked different from the other ones. They're all the same. I'm sure people skipped through it thinking they've already seen it like I did. Love watching, but come on, change it up a little. And honestly, this one doesn't strike me as like mean. It almost borders on like constructive criticism. And that's fine, I welcome that. However, I love the way my thumbnails look personally. Totally my style, very easy to crank out. My channel has a very clean, cohesive look that I love, and I'm not changing it. It's totally okay to not like a creator's thumbnail style. I don't love every creator's thumbnail style, but it's very strange to me to like let the creator know that you don't like their thumbnail style. It would just never even occur to me to like go on someone's channel and be like, I don't like the way you make your thumbnails. videos. Okay, can't please everyone, right? That's the lesson in this comment. You can't please everyone, and I don't try to. I'm gonna do me, I'm gonna do what I like, because ultimately I'm the one that has to look at my channel the most, so. But Susie's not done, okay? She says, really not feeling the videos that are all messages and posts. I always stop watching. And then I said back, that's totally fine. Please know that this is an MLM horror stories video, where the entire point is that I read people's personal experiences that they have emailed to me though. If you want videos and reels that I react to, MLM top fails videos are the ones you'd enjoy more. Again, with the whole tone of like, I don't like the way you do things around here. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool. I'm not for everybody. Totally fine with me. Just don't watch. You do not have to tell a creator that you don't like watching their videos because of XYZ. Amanda says, it's embarrassing that you use bashing a company to gain your own fame, with like a little woo face. So I said, I'm not looking for fame. It's my full-time job to educate about financial scams and multi-level marketing. Are you willing to point to a specific part in the video where I wasn't providing correct or well-cited information? I'm always learning and I'd be happy to correct myself or clarify if needed. And that is so true. I make mistakes. It's fine. Just tell me. But could she tell me? No. Instead, she said, you are literally laughing and making fun of people you don't even know. If you have never used the products, don't hate on them. It looks bad. You are definitely trying to make money from YouTube by bashing companies. It's just honestly not a good look. Also, it's proving that the products are non-toxic, which is true. Now pause, because this is a comment on MLM Top Fails 37 where I explain how dry shampoo works and how aerosol cans work and why Monate's aerosol can does not spark a flame while other brands do. So anyway, that's what she's referring to. Also, it's proving that the products are non-toxic, which is true. They are non-toxic and work the way better than the others. Yes, it matters. What goes into the air, you breathe into your system, so I'd say non-toxic is better. Then you were so quick to refer the other dry shampoo at the end to everyone, knowing nothing about it. It's just not Monate, so you were happy to recommend it. That is true. I gave an example of another non-Monate brand that has a non-flammable formula. Yeah, I did that. Because that's the big selling point for the Monate dry shampoo is it's not flammable. It doesn't have a flammable propellant within the aerosol can. So part of my commentary was like, look, if you also want a non-flammable dry shampoo, but you don't want to support Monate, here's another option. That's all I said. But I want to address specifically that I am making money from YouTube by bashing companies. First of all, I don't consider this bashing. I don't consider this hating. I consider this showing you the facts and giving commentary on them. And I'm sorry if that paints the company in a bad light. Again, don't shoot the messenger. And there are a lot of people out there that have a real issue with the fact that my videos are monetized and that I do make money off of the commentary that I give. But what they don't consider is that I would not be making money if people didn't watch it, if people didn't care about it, if people didn't want to learn more. If I was just spewing a bunch of ridiculous nonsense that didn't make any sense, that couldn't be supported by fact, that wasn't relevant to anyone, then nobody would watch my videos and I would make $0. So again, it's kind of like a shooting the messenger kind of situation because it's like people are mad at me for making money off of my videos, but they're not mad at the hundreds of thousands of views that my videos get in order to compensate me for the videos. Does that make sense? And that's the point that I think the anger stems from in these comments. They are upset that this type of content exists and they're very upset that other people are paying attention to it and other people are viewing it. That's the real problem in their eyes. It's not really about me. It's about, oh crap, this is a video painting my company in a really bad light and it has 20,000 views. And that's what I have to remind myself to not take this comment personally. Chris says, Hannah is a mask Nazi, another sheep being led to slaughter. Seeing you have no critical thinking ability when it comes to real issues, why should anyone subscribe to you? And giggles. This comment was left on MLM Top Fails 31, and in that video there was a clip talking about how she specifically targets burned out teachers and burned out healthcare workers as potential recruits for her MLM as the result of a global pandemic. And I made a comment saying, I went to her profile, I looked, it's very clear that she's anti-mask, anti-vax. This is her frame of mind and this is why she's targeting these people. And according to Chris, that makes me a mask Nazi. And all I said back to him was, amazing. Thanks for the good laugh. This was a comment on my Monate deep dive, and Vanessa says, the fact that you spend this much time out of your life making videos about something you are A, clearly ignorant about, and B, not affecting you at all, shows how incredibly pathetic you are. Women who don't support women, big ew. I said, Thank you for sharing your thoughts, Vanessa. Educating about financial scams on YouTube is my full-time job, and I make more than 99.84% of people in Mon 8, which, let's be honest, is not hard to do. 94% of people are at the bottom rank, making a median annual income of $0. It's not hard to make more money than somebody in Mon 8. I advocate for women who have been exploited in financial scams, such as multi-level marketing companies. I want you to know that you are so valuable, you are so deserving of everything Mon 8 claims it will give you, but unfortunately the statistics are not in your favor, as less than 1% of people in Mon 8 make more money than they would at a minimum wage job. If at any point you're feeling like Mon 8 isn't giving you all that you were promised, I will be here with open arms and I would love to have a more in-depth conversation. Wishing you all the best and a very happy new year. She did not like that. Thanks for condescending me, Hannah. Your entire comment proves my point. None of those statistics are accurate, nor do you know what I'm personally making. If you claim to make more than the average market partner, then let's hear it. You know, since you're all about transparency, MLMs aren't illegal, nor are they scams. If you don't like the business model, that's okay. Nobody is forcing you to do it. You're the one who is capitalizing off of people's fears based on inaccuracies to make money off of this YouTube channel. And I feel like typically I would just kind of leave it at that. I probably wouldn't respond, except she had this little piece in there that says, "Hi, buddy. None of those statistics are accurate, nor do you know what I'm personally making." And that's what triggered me to make a response, because I was like, no, I'm not just pulling numbers out of thin air. This is real, this is fact, and here's why. So I responded back and I said, I genuinely wish the best for you. No condescension whatsoever. My statistics are correct. Here's how they break down. The federal minimum wage is $7.45. If you work 40 hours a week, that means you'd be making $14,496 a year. According to the 2020 Mon 8 income disclosure, only 0.41% of people in Mon 8 make an average of more than $15,496 a year. So yes, less than 1% of people in Mon 8 make more than minimum wage. That's fact. Like, only 0.14% of people in Mon 8 make an average of $38,151 a year or more. Disclosing my income for a 12-month period is difficult because it increases every month, but I can tell you with certainty that I make more than $38,000 in a year. This means that me saying I make more than 99.8% of people in Mon 8 is also true. And I want to put a pause on that. I never talk about how much I make. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. But it only comes up in this situation because I'm trying to explain to her, like, this is my job. So she's calling me pathetic for taking this much time out of my life to make videos. So I'm trying to explain to her, like, girl, this is what I do for my work, okay? That's the only reason that I'm bringing up money at all. But then I go on to say the average annual earnings for associate market builder, your rank, because people don't understand how easy it is to find their rank in Mon 8, okay? If you have their first and last name, you can find their rank at any moment. So the average annual earnings for her rank is $4,165. You are worth so much more than that. It is not fair that only a fraction of a percent of people in Mon 8 get paid a livable wage. You deserve better. And like I said, I will be here with open arms if you ever feel the same. And approximately 5 minutes after I posted that reply, she deleted her original comment. It was all gone. And in my opinion, that's not because I broke through to her or convinced her of anything. I think she deleted her comment because she couldn't refute what I was saying. I gave the very specific breakdown of the numbers, of the math, of how it all adds up, and how what I said in my previous comment was the truth. And it's my impression that she probably didn't have anything to rebuttal with, and it made her look a little bit silly. And so she's like, okay, take it down. We're not doing this. Woman Entrepreneur 101 says, IDK how I came across this video, but I must say, you are hilarious. It is obvious that you didn't research thoroughly. This is another one of those that I didn't screenshot my response before she deleted her comment, but I know for a fact I just got this one recently. I know for a fact that I responded to her saying something along the lines, what didn't I research thoroughly? Can you give me specifics, please? And that was enough for her to just delete her original comment. This one says, this video has so much editing that there's a cut every 2 seconds, making it look like watching an Android hologram instead of a relaxed speaking presenter. You know what? I will give it to them. My videos do have a lot of cuts in them. That's because I stumble over my words every other sentence. Right now, in this moment in the video, I have been sitting here filming this video for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Now look down in the time bar. Are you 120 minutes into this video? No, you're not. If I had to guess, you're probably somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes into this video at this point. And that's because I make a lot of mistakes. I can't read correctly. I can't speak correctly. I am constantly rephrasing things to help them make the most sense possible. So I'll say something one time and I'll be like, that didn't sound quite right. That didn't really make sense. And then I'll say it again it another way. Almost there, not quite. I'll say it a third way. Perfect. And that is the beautiful end creation that you all see. I think you would have an aneurysm if you saw my raw footage. It is not pretty. And that's something I don't think a lot of people realize about content creation. I know I didn't know about that before I started making videos. I am not the person to say something perfect and eloquently the first time around. It takes me a few tries. I wish I had that skill, but I do not. So my request to you is just to keep that in mind whenever you're watching a video. Yes, there's probably a lot of cuts, but maybe rather than being annoyed about all the cuts, you can be thankful that you're just watching the final polished product and you're not sitting through 2 hours of raw footage. And you can be appreciative maybe for all the time and energy that a creator puts into making a nice finished product for you to watch. Because let me tell you, it ain't pretty. I would never, ever, ever put you through the misery of watching my raw footage straight through without any cuts, okay? This one is a novel, so buckle up. Also, this was a comment left on my Mon8 deep dive. Lily says, I guess you are deleting comments that support Mon8 because I have seen them and then they are gone. But you have to understand that it is the person's own business, so your experience is based on whoever you joined under. Many people have no idea what to look for in a good leader or when they... See? Okay, I'm gonna leave that in. I'm gonna leave that moment in right there. See? That is something that I would edit out. Many people have no idea what to look for in a good leader or what team they should be joining. I took a year to watch 2 friends build their Mon8 before I picked one to join. You are not telling the full story at all. Every single lawsuit was dropped. That's not true. Mon8 won plenty of them and the rest were dropped. If you buy your products from someone that did not do the work and study the products, you might hate what you were sold because the products are very person specific and you have to know your stuff. As for hair falling out, they have proved in court that if you have clogged up hair follicles or damaged hair, it will shed in dead hair, making room for healthy growth. You go through a process just like anything else you start. You don't eat a salad and lose weight. You must be consistent to see results. Any product that claims to fix your hair is also going to cause temporary shedding. You have taken an entire worldwide company with many, 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 many successful people selling good products and generalized it. If you go to a restaurant chain and you have horrible service, food was cold and the management was mean, but you have been to other locations that were great, do you blame the whole chain or just that one with bad service? Do not put everyone in that category. There are great knowledgeable people in this company. You are very young and very, very naive. No one ever said training was paid. This is your own business, so you are responsible for how well you do and how much you learn and train. You are from a generation that believes you should be given everything and have your hand held all of the time. It is work, and if you are not willing to do the work, you will fail. So the bottom line is, you weren't willing to put in the work. That's why so many people jump from MLM to MLM, because they want to make money without doing the work. Y'all think money is just going to fall into your lap once you sign up. That is not the real world, and the grown-ups that are doing amazing with Mon8 understand you have to put the work in. When you sign up with a personal trainer, do you think you get results that day? Do you expect your trainer to wave a magic wand as soon as you sign up? There are people making money in this company, and we all have one thing in common. We understand it's work. And we have realistic expectations when we sign up. Dulling other people's shine does not make you shine brighter. Wow, that was a lot. I said back, number 1, I don't delete comments. A lot of the time, the people who write them end up deleting them because I respond with things they can't refute. Number 2, there are still several active lawsuits open with Mon8 at this moment, and they have not been dropped. Mon8 likes to settle out of court to avoid further investigation. Number 3, it's not your own business. You are a 1099 independent contractor. Number 4, I am not young and naive. My full-time job is educating against financial scams, and I make more money than 99.8% of people in Mon8. Again, it's coming up because she's saying, you don't know what you're talking about. Why are you wasting your time on this? Number 5, I was never in Mon8 and I didn't fail at it. It is clear that you're quite misinformed and perhaps not interested in what I have to say right now, and that's okay. I copied and pasted this next little section from a previous comment I left for someone else who was mad at me for making a Mon8 deep dive. You're so valuable, you're so worthy of everything Mon8 claims it will give you. If at any point you're feeling like Mon8 is not giving you all that you were promised, I will be here with open arms and I would love to have a more in-depth conversation. Wishing you all the best and a very happy holiday season, Lily. And she had nothing to say back to that, which I'm not really surprised about. It just kind of makes makes me sad, honestly. Like, it's really a shame to see people get this upset and this worked up and spend this much time crafting this crazy message, all for a company that doesn't give a crap about them. Assuming that the name on this comment is the first and last name of the market partner, I did find a market partner by that name, and they're at rank 2 out of 11. It's only the second rank in the entire company, and on average, people at that rank make less than $2,000 a year. And that's what's like really devastating to me. You were getting so upset and so passionate, and you were defending so hard a company that is insulting you with how little they are paying you. Because remember, it has nothing to do with hard work. I have no doubt that this person is working very, very diligently to make something of this business. But people in MLMs don't really have the full control to make as much as they truly want to. It's a numbers game. It's a recruitment game. And I just wish so badly that these people would recognize that, and they would recognize that they are worth so much more than what this opportunity is presenting them with. It's just honestly really, really sad. Okay, this next comment requires a little backstory. So in MLM Top Fails 19, I had a Monat rep. I'll put the thumbnail here. This might jog your memory a little bit. If you've watched this video, you'll never be able to forget it. It was completely unhinged, screaming, cursing at the camera, very, very alarming behavior from this one particular person. Then in MLM Top Fails 22, I showed a different clip from the same person, but she had a completely different demeanor. It was way more positive, way more soft-spoken, just like a totally different side of that person than we had previously seen. So in that video, before I showed you the more calm, soft-spoken clip, I prefaced it with, I'm not even kidding, like a 3 to 4 minute dialogue of me explaining to you why the videos that I make are not about the specific people, and how it's about the behaviors, and how I really wish the best for this person, and she's clearly struggling with something right now. And I hope that if Monat is causing her to have these strong emotions, she can realize that it's not good for her mental health and that she can get out. That's the very abridged version. You can go back and watch that video if you want to see the full thing. But the point being, I was trying my very, very best to show compassion for this person and to make it clear that I'm talking about her behaviors and actions and not attacking her as a person. So, all of that to say, Belzenegra0206 says, if you think this person is not going through a good time, why do you still use your platform to make a video about her, knowing your audience would seek her out and bring her more criticism? Your disclaimer is bogus. Don't act like you care about those people as individuals when you still use them for content. Just own that you're using them for anti-MLM content, and that's okay. Don't act like you care about whether or not they are going through a tough time. That's disingenuous on your part. Now, I would maybe see this as constructive criticism if I did not constantly reiterate over and over and over again throughout my videos that it is about the actions and not the people. And if I didn't have a disclaimer at the beginning of every single video telling you, do not seek out these people. And if I didn't post that exact same disclaimer at the top of my description box. It is absolutely true that I am, in a sense, using these people for content. Absolutely. I couldn't do these videos if I didn't have examples to show you. But that's exactly the thing. The intention behind me showing you the clips is not to put them on blast. Why do you think I blur everybody's face and I don't say their names and I don't give out their personal information and I don't encourage you to go and like rescue them from their MLM? That's not the intention. That's not the goal. But what I don't think this person realizes is that I have to give you examples. I can't just sit here and make all these crazy claims without evidence to support it. If I did that, that would make me look like an MLM rep. We cite our sources around here. We give evidence around here. But it is possible, and I do work very, very hard to use these people for content while also simultaneously showing empathy, showing compassion, reiterating that it's not about the individual people. And if I didn't do that, and if I didn't make that clear in every single video, then I would add some weight to this comment. Then I would take this to heart. But I don't. It's just clear that they're not happy with the way that I make my videos. They don't like this kind of content, and they need someone to be angry at, and that's me, and that's fine. And the final comment that I have for this video was also on my Thrive le-vel deep dive. Shelly says, I've been using these products for over 2 years. They absolutely work. They do everything they say to do. No one sells these products. When you create an account, you're given a company link in your name. When people sign up using your link, this is where you earn your commission. Also, you said spend your money to become qualified and active. I order these products because they work. You're giving your opinion of products that you've never tried. This video is a total joke, in my opinion, of course, LOL. Those patches, funny little stickers absolutely work. I'm sure sure you will delete my comment. People like you always do. Also, don't bother commenting back to me because I will never look at your response or page again. Okay, wow. To all you watching this, how is it a pyramid scheme? The products work. And next time you try to do a review of a product or give your opinion, why don't you try them, LOL. My response back to her was, thanks for sharing your thoughts, Shelly. My primary issue with MLM companies doesn't lie within the products. It lies within the business structure and how the money is made. I do not need to try products to know the business is a scam. I don't delete comments. Wishing you all the best and a very happy holiday season. And then what's funny is she never responded to me, but a month later, somebody else responded and said, you are a promoter? And then she came back and said, yes, I am. Even though she was just threatening, like, I won't be back to your page or see your response ever again. And here she is a month after the fact. And I wanted to include this specific comment because I get a lot of comments on my deep dives, something along the lines of, how can you talk about this if you haven't tried the products? And my response to that is like, how are you supposed to know that jumping off a cliff is a bad idea if you've never tried it before? It is just such a ridiculous argument to make. You do not need to try something, you do not need to be a part of something to know that it is bad and to have evidence as to why it's bad and to be able to explain why it's bad. This goes for all kinds of criminal activity ever too. And no matter how many times I will say, it's not about the products, I'm only showing you the products in this deep dive because it gives you context for what the company sells. But the issue is with the business structure. No matter how many times I say that, I always get people being like, well, how can you talk about it if you never even tried it? And that usually indicates to me that if I were to respond back, it would be a lost cause because they're missing the point completely. And with that, my friends, that is all of the comments that I have to show you today. I hope first and foremost that this was entertaining for you, but second of all, I hope there were some teachable moments in here. I hope that you learned something. And I also want to remind you that this is not an open invitation to go seek out these comments, seek out these people, and give them a piece of your mind, okay? Leave it be. I also would love to know what you thought of this kind of video. I can't crank these out very quickly because I've been collecting these comments for quite literally 6 months, but leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And if the feedback is positive on this kind of video, I'm more than happy to continue collecting the negative comments I get. And as Chelsea says, if you're gonna leave me a mean comment, make it a good one so I can put it in a video, please and thank you. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in my next one real soon.